This video is going to be a little different than I normally do because I like to break the rules sometimes, and I don't have a lot of energy left because it's the end of the workday here. But I want to tell a story of something I encountered this morning and some realizations I had today. I just got back from my barber, and a conversation I had with him even led me further down this train of thought that I've had. I don't expect this video to do well, but this is something that you need to hear, not something you want to hear, and sometimes you just gotta tell the truth. So this morning I had a call with someone that they did something interesting that I thought was kind of clever. They're a music producer. They lack the skills when it comes to recording drums. And so they did something cool where they actually hired one of their favorite producers to go in the studio for like 2 or 3 days, record drums at his studio, film the entire thing, and like make his own video on the process of this famous producer's drum process. Really cool way to learn the skill of recording drums. And so he saw in his creative field as a music producer, he saw a need that he had, something he lacked, a skill he didn't possess. He found someone that possessed it, and he paid him a lot of like thousands of dollars to learn from that person. But and this seems like this is obviously like a thing to do. Like people do this all the time with coaches or consultants or friends or mentors or online courses or really any like YouTube videos like this. They know they lack a skill, and then they go acquire that skill. And this is where the disconnect is. As creatives, it's completely obvious when we lack a skill that there's a deficit in something that we're doing. So example, in the music production world, drums. I suck at drum recording, so I'm going to go learn how to do that. It's a skill I need to acquire. If you're a designer and your illustrations don't look the same way that someone else's do, then you go learn from that person, or you learn how to adapt to that person. You learn that skill that you're lacking. If you're a photographer and your photos don't look the same as the people you look up to, you know there's a deficit somewhere. There's a skill you're lacking, and you go and acquire that skill. Completely obvious in the creative world, but where the disconnect lies is when you take that step from this is merely a hobby, a passion-led hobby, and we're going over into the world of being a business owner, an entrepreneur. We're trying to monetize what we do, which is literally what we talk about all day long at Six Figure Creative. The disconnect is that people don't see those same holes. They start to monetize their passions, and there's a massive deficit in what it is they're doing as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. And they don't understand that they are simply lacking the skill set they need to succeed. So I bring this to the barber thing. I was talking to my barber today, and he recently opened up his own barber shop. I've been with him for like 6 years. As my forehead gets bigger, I have I need his services less and less, but I still pay him every 2 weeks to go get a haircut, even though you see me in a hat in every video. But the thing is, he spent his whole life learning the skill of being a barber, but he just opened his business a couple months ago, and he's having to acquire a whole new set of skills out of being forced to succeed as a business owner, because he's never done the things that a business owner's had to do. He's always been an employee at a barber shop. And so it's really fun week to week talking to him, every couple of weeks talking to him and catching up on the things that he's having to, the challenges he's running into. And it's almost like, I just love like talking to him about this stuff, because it's stuff that I've done for a decade now that he's just now getting into. And I've never really gotten to talk to him about this stuff before. So let's bring this back to the creative world again. When your business isn't the way you want it to be, it is simply because you are not good enough to get to where you want to go. And that sounds really disheartening, and it sounds really mean, but it's not. It's actually, it should be fulfilling. It should actually encourage you, because that simply means you lack a skill that you need to achieve an outcome that you want. So most freelancers, or really any business owner, they lack one of two things. I'll talk to freelancers specifically, because that's really the area I know. That's the area that I talk to the most. Freelancers lack the ability, or they lack one of two things. One is they don't have clients, or two, they don't have time. And very rarely, but sometimes you lack both of those things. And then if you're in that situation, you're in a really bad spot. But there are skills on both sides of those equations that you have to understand. If you lack clients, you have to have the skill of client acquisition. It is a skill. It's actually a subset of skills. And if you are lacking time, there are skills around time management and systemization and delegation and elimination that you have to acquire in order to get your time back. Because if you look at a billionaire and someone who is in poverty, they have the same 24 hours in the day. The only difference is the skill set around the billionaire of the ability to multiply and leverage their time is just exponentially higher than the poor person. The same in client acquisition. If you don't have clients, the skill set of the person who has more clients than they can handle, they have figured out that game and the skill set around that. So all this to say to you, if your business isn't exactly how you want it to be, you need to look at it just like your creative skill set, the thing that you've spent years and the passions you have inside of you. You've develop those skills over time to get to be good enough where people are willing to pay you. But if you want to make this a real business with real income that's steady and has clients flowing in, you have to have the skill set on the entrepreneurial side. And you have to also, when you start getting clients, have the skill set on time management and systemization and all that stuff. So I really just wanted to make this video to open up your eyes that creativity aside, as a business owner, I've had to develop so many skills in order to get to where I am today. And every single one of them, it is just like the skills I had to acquire as an audio engineer and as a music producer and as a mixing engineer, a mastering engineer. It's all different skill sets that I had to learn along the way in order to get to where I wanted to be and achieve the sound I wanted to sound in my audio world. And, we're all going after a certain sound. But in my business world, to achieve the outcome financially, time-wise, the business that I actually enjoy, love running, like in eliminating the stuff I don't want to do, like this is all skill set that I've had to develop. So look at your business as a set of skills that you have to acquire. And if your business isn't the way you want it to be, it's because you lack the skills necessary to achieve the outcome that you want. So that is literally all I have. This is the short video, very few edits, but the whole point is for you to open up your eyes and understand that you have to have the same approach to your business, learning skills and adapting and achieving the outcomes you want. You have to have the same approach that you have had with your creative outlets, the thing that is passion. And that's why everywhere I talk about it takes more than passion to become a six-figure creative. It takes more than passion. So if you're still watching at this point, I want to call out a very specific type of person and give you a very specific type of thing that I'm offering at this point. If you're within like a week or two of watching this video, I'm doing this. After that, we're going to upload a new version of this video and literally cut the end of this thing off because I'm not going to be offering this anymore. If you are a freelancer and you are at least $25,000 to $50,000 a year doing what you do, meaning you are good at what you do, people have paid you, but you're lacking a very specific skill set to get above that, is typically client acquisition. That's what I'm looking for. I'm offering a very specific coaching program for freelancers to implement a client acquisition system in their businesses. I don't do this at scale. I don't take on many people. I'm taking on 10 people for this. And by the time this video goes live, I likely won't even have all those spots left. And I'm just cutting this whole bit if I filled up all the spots already. But there's a link in the description below to apply for this. And I'll do like a discovery call with you to see if you're a good fit and we're a good fit for each other. But the whole program essentially works like this. It's a 12-month program because skills take time to develop. And accountability is a very important thing when you're trying to develop new skills. It's a 12-month program with the first 3 months of this program being a 90-day sprint where I work with you one-on-one, unlimited time to implement a client acquisition system in your business as a freelancer. This is something that I've done in multiple businesses at this point. This is something I've done in other people's businesses at this point with great success. And I want to offer this to people that are at a specific level. So when I talked about earlier in this video, the skill set involved with client acquisition, this is what I'm offering to you, is to help you learn the skill set and implement the skill set into your business while having a full year of accountability where I'm looking over your shoulder. I'm giving you due dates for things, and I'm actually following up to make sure things get done and giving you feedback all along the way. There's more to it than this, but if you're interested at all, if this sounds like something you need in order to get a client acquisition system built for your freelance business, and you're making at least $25,000, preferably $50,000 to $60,000 a year. If you're making over $100,000, you probably have the client acquisition thing in hand. But if that's you too, you can fill it out. We can chat at least. But look at the link in the description below. If this part's still in the video, either I forgot to cut this out and we're already full, or it should be there's spots available. So just apply, see if it's a fit. It's like a no obligation like discovery call. I'm not going to like hard pitch you or anything, because at the end of the day, like I want people that are all in, that marketing is the thing that they need right this moment and not something that they think they need. And that's what this call is about, is just to see if this is truly what is something that you need as a business owner. So that's it. So just click the link below. In a couple of weeks, you'll probably see this part of the video disappear into the sunset as I fill this cohort up. But that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.